What's up? Welcome into another video here on the FanTC Podcast Network YouTube page. We got another mock draft here for you. We're actually going to have two parts 28 and 29 of our 45 days of mock drafts. Our FanTC football draft is going to be next Saturday, so you can expect nearly 20 mock drafts to come out between now and next Saturday on the page. We are going sleeper. It is going to be AI outside of me. So take for that what you want. But I still think it's good to always just see where people's ADP are in relation to where they were earlier in draft season and where they may be by the time you are drafting. So if you're coming back to this video, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Go check out our podcast as well, linked in the description, as well as all the socials also linked in the description. So let's jump in here. Let's see what mock we want to get into. Okay, turn off the chime. Draft settings. We're going to switch up to a 10-team full PPR league for these two. I've been kind of going back and forth. I haven't done any non-PPR. I don't play in any non-PPR leagues, but if there are is anybody out there that wants to see a non-PPR mock draft, if you put it in the comments, I'll give you 5 of them. So if I get a comment saying you want one, I will make it happen. Then I'm also going to go 2 wide receiver, 2 flex, and then just limit the bench so we're not just drafting random people at the end. Not random, but we'll add a 4th bench. We'll get down into some sleepers at the end. Save that. And we are going to draft from the 7th spot. If you've seen the videos, you know I like the top 7 spots. Usually with AI, someone will fall to you, but I'm happy with this so far. Is that enough spots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, it's Sleeper does this sometimes. Okay, let's get it going. I see Bijan going in the top 7. So right now I had 2 guys that have fallen to me that I really like, and it is a heavy wide receiver format, but usually in the second round, I can get Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think in full PPR, he's a fine wide receiver 1. And especially in full PPR, I'm still going to go Austin Eckler. I know some of his opportunities may come down with the new offense in Los Angeles, but I still like him quite a bit. This is where it's tough for me. I would 100% take Nick Chubb here as well if the rosters were balanced. But with it being wide receiver heavy, I feel like I got to get a top guy. Otherwise, a lot of weeks you're going into the week at a disadvantage at the wide receiver position. So I'm going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown. Honestly, any of these guys over here from 8 through 10 should have taken Nick Chubb. Team 6 being able to go Tyreek Hill, Nick Chubb is just an unbelievable way to start a draft. So all right, it loops back around to us. This is another tough decision. Is there anybody that kind of went out of order? Josh Jacobs back up in the second round. I don't mind that. I mean, I would expect him to play football this year. My thought has not changed. It doesn't make any sense for these running backs to not play this year. You're never going to get full value out of your NFL career if you're not playing. So, I don't mind that pick. Right now, I'm stuck between Tony Pollard and Devontae Smith. Both guys I love a lot. I think Tony Pollard should be going a little bit higher in drafts. But again, it's 3 wide receiver. It makes it very difficult. With that being said, I think I'm going to go Devontae Smith just because there are some middle round running backs I like to target. So either in the 4th or the 5th that I'm going to be able to get. Okay. Since we went Devontae Smith, I'd go Joe Mixon here. But I am also all over Calvin Ridley right now in drafts. He just looks phenomenal. There's just been nothing but good news coming out about Calvin Ridley. I think the latest report is he is separating from the other wide receivers out there. You know what, actually? I'm going to take my shot and hope that Miles Sanders falls back to me. If you're a fan of the page, you know how much I love Miles Sanders. I'm going to go Calvin Ridley. And then we're going to hope that we get a running back that we like that falls back around to us. I don't think there's any chance Joe Mixon's going to be that guy. Nope, Miles Sanders is not that guy either. Dang, that sucks. All right, here in the 5th, I don't mind taking a difference maker at the 1Z position. Justin Fields is an easy pick for me here, especially There's only a few more picks, and I'm really okay with Damian Pierce or J.K. Dobbins. With it being full PPR, I honestly don't even really love both of them. I really would hope James Conner gets back to me in the seventh. That would be 100% ideal. But we could also maybe try out a hero RB build if, neither of those two guys got back around. James Conner is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's the fifth running back. They have a bunch of running backs. They have two, they have two, they have three, they have one. I can see a couple getting taken. Now, I'm going to go Christian Watson. If you have not seen any of our videos or any of the mock drafts, I do like Christian Watson this year. I'm not going to lie, I was not impressed with Jordan Love showing in the preseason game. I think it was 4.6 yards per attempt from a quarterback. That's puts him, I think, almost at the very bottom of the league when it comes to starters. So I don't necessarily love that aspect of it, but I do think that he can if Jordan Love is just average, I think Christian Watson's talent is enough to push him over the top. I think we kind of saw a little bit of that last year. James Conner did fall back around to me. I said that was going to be my target in full PPR. Him going in the seventh is criminal, behind Rachaad White, behind Cam Akers, behind J.K. Dobbins. I don't think you guys realize, I think he caught 58 passes in 13 games last year. I mean, he is going to be a PPR machine for the Arizona Cardinals. So here, I also would not mind grabbing Hollywood Brown. I would not mind grabbing Christian Kirk. I think both those are good values, but I have teammates of both those guys. I don't necessarily want to double up on them. I don't necessarily care about drafting Evan Ingram here. I think in the 9th or 10th, I'm going to be able to get Njoku or Freiermuth, which I'm extremely happy with. If we go down the board, there's only one person between me and my next pick that needs to draft a tight end. So I will probably get my choice of those two in the 9th round. But my pick here, I'm between JSN and Deontay Johnson. JSN, obviously, probably, I don't know, much more talented, but actually, I take that back. Much more talented, especially coming into the NFL. But I do think in full PPR, Deontay Johnson's a sneaky value here in the 8th. And just because I don't think JSN's actually going to fall to the 8th in most drafts. I think someone's going to take the shot on the rookie sooner. We've seen so many rookie wide receivers break out. I'm going to go Deontay Johnson. Again, pretty much just because it's full PPR. Okay. We're kind of in the same spot again. We only have one team in between us that could get a tight end. So we're just going to take our tight end in the 10th round now. And we're actually going to take a rookie wide receiver now that I think has a bunch of upside. Is that reaching on him? 162? What? Oh, 102. I was like, whoa. 162. Oh, I saw points. I really like Zay Flowers. I don't like any of the other wide receivers. I don't necessarily care to draft A.J. Dillon. In full PPR, though, A.J. Dillon could be flex worthy. Do I only have 2 running backs right now? Okay. I don't love drafting A.J. Dillon, if I'm being completely honest, but he kind of showed towards the end of last year that he could probably be flex worthy in full PPR leagues. So I'm going to go ahead and trust him. He goes David Njoku, takes the upside, even with Trevor Lawrence. That's a little surprising. I thought that he would just go Evan Ingram. Since Evan Ingram's here in the 10th, that's a value in my books. I will happily take Evan Ingram there. I forgot I had Calvin Ridley, so that's actually a bad pick. Show player card, remove player. We're going to remove that player. That was a bad pick on my part. These are why you do mock drafts, though. We're going Freiermuth. Now he has to take Evan Ingram. That way we're not doubling up. Oh, I guess I'm an idiot. I'm doubling up either way. This is a bad look on the video here. We're removing this player again. We're going to go Evan Ingram because if I'm going to double up on one or the other, I'd rather not double up on either. But if I was going to double up on one or the other, I guess I'd go Evan Ingram and him over Freiermuth. And then he takes Dalton. The team one is sick of my bullshit. He is like, dude, fuck you and all your fucking indecisiveness. Okay. Little embarrassing. We're back on the clock. We're going to take another running back. There's zero shot that he's here this late. When you're drafting in your leagues, he's already gotten way too much hype. Khalil Herbert going in the 11th and sleeper. They really need to get some ADPs updated or some rankings updated or something. He should not be going around all of these backup running backs. Rashad Penny's getting drafted. Pacheco. These guys are maybe going to be the lead guy on their team. It's been pretty clear that Khalil Herbert is going to be that lead guy. And then wide receivers here. I would love to add another wide receiver just to get some depth. I'm going to go Rashad Bateman. If I don't get Zay Flowers, I like Rashad Bateman. I think that there's a good chance that obviously Mark Andrews is the number one target, and then either Bateman or Zay Flowers becomes the number two. I don't think it's going to be Odell Beckham Jr. So that's just my philosophy there. Do I take the risk and let Rashee Rice maybe fall back around to me? I think I do, but I bet he gets taken. Do I have enough? Oh, I only have one more pick. Okay, if we only have one more pick, we're going Rashee Rice. Shout out to the guys we went to the Royals game with a couple weeks or last weekend that gave me a little tidbit on Rashee Rice at training camp. So I would take him with your last picks in draft. He's apparently looking really good in the Chiefs offense and outperforming Sky Moore at camp, just based on what I heard from people that were there. No official scouts or anything like that. They just think that Rashee Rice seems to be a lot more involved. So that is going to be team one. We got Justin Fields as our quarterback in the 5th round, an absolute difference maker. Austin Eckler, James Conner, Khalil Herbert, A.J. Dillon is our running back room. Unbelievable, especially in full PPR. Amon-Ra, Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley, Christian Watson, Deontay Johnson, Rashad Bateman, and Rashee Rice. I love it. And then we got Evan Ingram. I would honestly probably, if just going back, rethinking through the draft, probably avoid Evan Ingram there. I probably would have just waited and drafted Greg Dulcich. Did he go undrafted? He did go undrafted. I probably would have just waited and drafted Dulcich down here, maybe took like a Quentin Johnston or something like that instead of my tight end. So I'm very happy with this team. That's going to be team one. I'm going to do a team two as well and throw them up on Facebook. You guys can let me know which one is better. Let's get out of that one. Should just keep all the same rules as last time. It did. All right. Draft settings, draft order, randomize. I think I want a little bit different spot. Let's go 3. We're going to go 3. We were at the 7 in the first one. Let's go 3 in this one. Kind of switch up the draft spots a little bit. CMC, Justin Jefferson gives me Jamar Chase. Here's one issue I have with drafting Jamar Chase, and it's a very nitpicky issue, is on the 2-3 turn I can't draft T. Higgins. And I love drafting T. Higgins as well, but we are going to go Jamar Chase for sure. I think that they are a clear 1, 2, and 3 in drafts, or at least they should be. We go down. Ooh, I think my top 7 got taken in the top 7 picks. That does not happen very often. Wow, look at this run of wide receivers. Okay. Again, we're going full PPR. That's important to remember. But I think I'm going to just avoid. I think I'm going to kind of ignore that right now. I hate that Sleeper notifies me like I'm not in the draft. It drives me up a wall. I'm going to go Derrick Henry. If he's falling back to the 2-3 turn, that's way too much value for Derrick Henry. Jalen Waddle is who I would have loved to have fallen back to me, but Chris Olave is still right there. I'll take him all day as well. So I was contemplating going Jalen Waddle, Tony Pollard instead of Derrick Henry, Chris Olave, but I think either way you work that out, you're going to be pretty happy with it. You're not, unless there's an injury, you're not losing your draft on that pick, unless Derrick Henry just completely falls off a cliff. All right, here we are in the 3rd. Debo, Calvin Ridley, Kenneth Walker still there. Here's where you have to play a little ADP against the AI. I mean, let's see, there's going to be 6 picks here. I'm going to take 1. I'm not going to take ETN. Or do I take ETN? I would rather have ETN in the fourth than the third. I know it's a little nitpicky. Oh, we are in the fourth. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the draft board wrong. I guess I'd rather have him in the fifth, if I'm being honest. But I'm gonna stay true to how I draft. I'm gonna take Calvin Ridley. I would draft. I would honestly, if I was drafting here, out of those options that are available, I would draft Calvin Ridley. Why do I keep doing that? I would 100% draft Calvin Ridley right there, and I don't feel like it's too big of an issue, just based on what's coming out about him. So, coming back around, did not get a running back to fall back around to us. That stings just a little bit. But we get to take our guy in Miles Sanders, so I have no problem with that. I'll take Miles Sanders in the fifth round every single time. Okay. Okay, let's see. Trevor Lawrence is still out there. I could pair him up with Calvin Ridley. I think I'm okay taking the risk on if he's able to get back to me or not. Eh, why even play the game? We'll just go Trevor Lawrence. Oh, wow. Wow. I played ADP going Trevor Lawrence, thinking James Conner would fall back around to me, and he did not. Dang. That is a little bit of a loss. All right, give me. I'll go Tyler Lockett. I've drafted Hollywood Brown a few times. I think Tyler Lockett in the seventh is fine. Um, I mean, him and DK have been a 1A, 1B for as long as we can remember, and now they add a new rookie, and we just assume Tyler Lockett's just falling off the face of the earth. So I will still happily take him there. And Mike Evans all the way in the eighth round. I know it's full point per reception, but this basically now locks up my wide receiver room with five guys that I'm pretty happy with. Gives me some flexibility to take some shots on a couple guys. David Montgomery, I don't love in full PPR. I just don't think he's going to get the same opportunity in the passing game that Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get. So I'll take James Cook. Should be the passing down back in Buffalo, and I think he's the number one there. I mean, as I think Damian Harris is getting beat out by Latavius Murray, a 33-year-old Latavius Murray right now. So for the backup role, I think James Cook should be pretty solidified where he is at. Whew, all right. Dang. So now I want to take another wide receiver. Okay, I'm gonna take him again just because it's so late. I know it's not really gonna happen, but I'll take Khalil Herbert. That's fine. Just to give me another running back. That gives me four running backs. I feel good about that position now. So we're just missing a tight end and two more bench spots. Gosh darn. So laggy today. Okay. Zay Flowers fell back around. I'll take my rookie breakout of the year, Zay Flowers, there every single time. JSN all the way in the 10th is. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's Juju Smith Schuster. I thought that was Jackson Smith and Jigba. Where did JSN go in this draft? Okay. I just. Oh, there he is. So we went the round after Lockett. Okay. Not too bad. Hopefully no one takes Greg Dulcich and we'll just take him with our last pick. With our last pick in this draft, full PPR. We'll take the other side of the coin. The first one I took Rashee Rice. The second one we'll take Sky Moore. We'll see who the people like a little bit more. and then we get to grab Greg Dulcich as our tight end. I'm okay with that. As a last round guy at dart throw, I don't hate grabbing Greg Dulcich, especially if the rest of my roster looks this good. All right, let's close this down. We got Trevor Lawrence heading our quarterback position. Um, I think he's okay in the sixth. I necessarily wouldn't draft him in too many leagues, maybe just one or two. I don't love drafting him there. Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders, James Cook, Khalil Herbert in the running back room. I love that running back room. Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Mike Evans, Zay Flowers, Sky Moore, and then our tight end, Greg Dulcich. So let me know in the comments which team you like more. Like I said, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all the good stuff. Peace out.